Hello everyone, this is CW here, back again in another video. Apologies about the long delay. I tried to do my reaction of my review of Avatar versus Traveler, which sadly got once again ruined by the audio not messing up. So besides that, I'm just going to do it later, and in the meantime, just redo it. But for this review, we're just going to go in the late prediction of the next one, which is supposed to be all stop motion, confirmed by Ben and them uh, with the animation team. But they are doing a Lego battle, which is shocking. Ninjago versus Bionicle, or Kai versus Tao. Shoot, I cannot pronounce his name, but it's been Toa Tahu. Sorry. It's been a long time since I've seen the Bionicle movies, but they were very good. But let's just get into it. I'm hoping to make this short. So we're going to go dive right into it based on fire and forms, which forms will be the last part of it to go with the final category, abilities, and Spinjitzu versus Kanoi, which is the mass versus Ninjago, the spinning. So let's just get into it with categories. First off, what is Spinjitzu? As you see, as explained in the show and all, Spinjitzu is basically the ninja arc way of fighting, which basically turns yourself into a Beyblade tornado and just spin around attack. Kai has elementals to it of one of the four, and his main one is fire power, which is able to basically do pyrokinesis, allowing him to shoot fireballs and melt matter itself, and can do other abilities as well with it. But with that, thanks to his training, he as a ninja and all, has a lot of stealth and agility as a ninja, able to think of 1,000 attack moves, strategies in an instant, which is fairly impressive for someone who can do. But the problem is with fire, definitely goes to Toa, which is because apparently with his biological mythology and his main mask, which allows him to basically create fireballs and all, and able to do it. But not only that, the main lore of Bionicles is that apparently they are over 100,000 years. We're talking about like Transformers, millennia type of aging. So he has a lot of experience fighting in the battlefield to the point where even though it is is a theory, but basically he has mastery of able to absorb heat and flame himself, as well as absorb it, and it basically has immunity to it, which is a big counter for his fire. But it does not mean that he's out of the way as it comes to their abilities. And sadly, Ice as Kai's Spinjitzu come into play. Even though that Spinjitzu has been absorbed and all and has been stolen, there's a lot of counter when it comes, especially with this trump cards, which apparently are the dragon form and golden form. These abilities basically allow him to manipulate his abilities to not only amplify them, but also use other abilities as well of the Ninjagos, just as rewinding time, time stopping, stealing, neglecting enemies, stuff like that. And apparently, this is not even the counting with his trump card, the golden power, which is apparently 5D, which is shocking because the golden power is basically, as you can see, the strongest elemental power in the world of Ninjago, to the point that it actually affects hyperspace in a set. With hyperspace, he has shown even to use in his wings and armor in dragon form. It enhances his power to an extent, as well as able to like overpower basically anything. And this is the big problem that Tao has, because even though with his trump cards like the adapted garment and the golden form, this is where his flaws come into play. Because even though that he has better defense with his creating barriers, able to see all of language with like mass, the problem is that their main lore is that their abilities come through one mask. Tao's mask is only fire, but he can change them to his other allies' abilities with ice, water, and all, and strength, mind control, going invisible. But with his trump cards adapted all by golden all, he's able to use all of them and able to keep up with all other things. His most trump card is Nova Blast, which basically fires a huge energy beam that was able to destroy the island. And in canon, is could be possible go one with the um, beings who created Bionicle. But the problem is that the ideal we don't know the limit of it, especially the lore. It's complicated, but basically that it's only universal. It is possible there has been other toys marketing other timelines which could be multiversal, but the problem is that Bionicle have not shown that type of raw power like Ninjago is. And Kai has other, even though he has more limited trump cards to him, uh, or counters, has the raw power too. And this is speed would be kind of counter since both can like uh dissolve time and all. But at the end of the day, when thinking about it, and even though I did enjoy Bionicles and Ninjago as a kid, the even taking out the lore of them, Kai has shown to have better more simpler options with his abilities, especially Spinjitzu. Spinjitzu especially basically has no limitation, only depends on the wielder. While Toa, sadly, his even his trump shots, not especially a big one, are one-shot use, and technically has to have his mask to change them one at a time before his trump cards, which could be too late. And even though that this will be a close fight, which both of them counters, like Tower apparently can resurrect himself by respawning with a star, as well as better option of healing. Kai has fought similar enemies who could do the same thing, like Lord Domagon, as well, most importantly, basically has the raw power to defeat them, and like and shown the especially with his better forms. So at the end of the day, both of them had good successes, and I do hope the death battle, because like Chad says, uh, makes Bionicle come back somehow. And I'm curious of how the stop motion will be. But besides that, I really don't know who will win this. It really depends of what scaling they do with Toa, especially the lore of Bionicle. That just depends. But I do think similar to like this is kind of similar to like Bill Cypher's Discord, where yes, both of them has very close, similar abilities and can counter one or the other. But at the end of the day, it comes down to their trump cards and their main abilities and how they overperform. And for Kai, similar, basically has the raw power and the better trump. Well, the better spin jitsu forms in order to get the better win, clear cut or not. But that's it. I'm gonna call it there, and maybe this weekend I'll try to do review. I gotta catch up on a lot of videos, which I want to try to do. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoy and stay awesome.